Hi, it's Jenna here from Your Fortress for Wellbeing. Thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to be talking about the Ridvan 2016 message from the Universal House of Justice to the Baha'is of the world. And more specifically, I'm going to be talking about how to contribute to the plan without causing disunity in your marriage. So let's get started. I have 3 points to offer, and the first point is when you read the Ridvan message, either alone or together, notice your initial reaction to it. Are you feeling any anxiety or maybe guilt or shame about it? I know for me this year, I was feeling a little bit of guilt because we've moved to a new community and we haven't really gotten engaged in any sort of core activities yet. And I was feeling like I wasn't good enough and I wasn't engaged enough in the plan. So, if you have feelings like that and you bring those into a conversation with your spouse, they might come out like blame or even anger, because that's what happens with those really vulnerable feelings. So, just have a little check in with yourself and then you can share it with your spouse. And they can be your helpmate and try to help you gain some perspective on that. And a quote that I found really helpful and that you might as well is in the last paragraph, and they say, "The present plan's broad scope enables every individual to support this work, however humble one's share." And also in the beginning, they remind us that everything starts with simple acts of service. So there's always something that you can do, and it's just about tomorrow. It's not about yesterday. And my second point is that they refer to individual and collective action in this message. And sometimes when we're married, we can think, well, we have to do everything together. And in fact, not necessarily. You can do individual initiatives, and that's completely okay. It's actually completely okay if one of you is always the one to initiate and the other one is the supporter. They make reference to this in the last paragraph. They said, "We asked you, cherished co-workers," aren't they sweet, "to spare no effort in applying all that you have learned and every God-given ability and skill you possess to advance the divine plan." So we have different skills and abilities, and it's okay if one of you is always going to be the initiator, the go-getter, and the other one will be supporting. I know in our marriage, in the beginning, so before we had kids, the beginning of our marriage, we did a lot of stuff together. So there are also different seasons of your life that are going to contribute to this as well. And then when we had kids, well, things changed because one of us always had to stay home while the other would go out. So different seasons of your life are going to bring about different opportunities as well. And my last point number 3, is that the unity of your family is really important. The House of Justice states in this message that we are coming together to build communities that are havens of unity. And the first unit of a community is marriage. And so if your marriage is kind of suffering and fighting a lot and there's not a lot of unity, then it's very hard to build something with that kind of building block. In fact, the House of Justice in 1978 wrote a message to an individual, and they said, "Baha'u'llah came to bring unity to the world, and a fundamental unity is that of the family. Therefore, we must believe that the faith is intended to strengthen the family, not weaken it. For example, service to the cause should not produce neglect of the family. It is important for you to arrange your time so that your family life is harmonious and your household receives the attention it requires." Not to say that it's like, all right, once we have perfect unity in the family, then we can go serve, because, well, the first point is that unity in the family, that's a process, and that's not, it's going to go up and down, and there's lots of work to be done there. And then the second point is that sometimes when you serve, that can bring you closer. It can be a point of unity. So there's a lot of gray area in there, and I think one important thing to consider is dichotomies. I got into that trap when my kids were about 20 months and 4 months old. And I got to this point where I was like, I gotta go serve. I gotta contribute. I gotta do something. I felt such a spiritual slump. And now I realize it was more of a mindset issue than anything, but I went out there, I went back on the ATC, the Area Teaching Committee, and I was in meetings and la 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 la. My husband and I had no time together. I wasn't sleeping very well at night because I had two little babies. And after about 6 months, I basically had a breakdown because I was so overwhelmed and exhausted and not feeling like I was doing anything very well at all. It really went back to the kind of mindset that the only way to contribute to the plan was like this set way, that contributing to my family and my family unity or working on my marriage or any of that wasn't contributing to the plan. And in the beginning of the message, the House of Justice refers to that we are working on three things. We're working on courage, resolve, and resources. And I just want to offer the fact that being the first unit of society, the first unit to unify, that when you spend time and focus on your marriage, you are providing another resource for the plan, because strong families can support strong communities. I hope this little video has been helpful for you to move forward, to have a conversation with your spouse about the Ridvan message and how you might contribute. To support you even further in that goal, I've created a consultation outline to have a structure to have a consultation with your spouse about this plan. So I hope you enjoy it, and post in the comments below your favorite quote from this year's Ridvan message. I'd love to hear it. So I'll talk to you in a week. Bye.